What's new in the 2567? So we're going to do Band-Aid or stitches on this because it all hurts. There's so many ways in this K-353 tag that you can get tagged. And we're going to talk about some of the more expensive ones and then the regular ones and kind of go through it that way. So let's get the big ones out of the way. NFPA 25 4.3.4 says as-built and original acceptance tests must be maintained on site. Now, if you go down through there, it also calls out that you must keep the inspection paperwork for at least a year, but try to keep at least 3 years because that's what CMS says is 3 years they can go back as far as reporting. So keep those records on site. But original built, as-built, and acceptance test. It's not new. It was in the 98 edition. People just didn't cite it. So we don't know if they're going to do it now. Another thing that's not new, it was in the 2002 edition. The surveyors didn't have the ability to cite it, but now they do, is the testing of sprinkler heads. So anything that's been in service for 50 years that's just a regular sprinkler head has to be tested. And if it passes, then you can go ahead and keep it for another 10 years and test it again. Now, quick response heads are every 20 years. And if they pass, then it's 10 years again on that. Now, quick response heads really didn't make it into NFPA 13 for light hazard occupancies until 1996. So the ones that were 1996 and beyond, you're going to have to worry about that. But the early ones are coming up on that 20-year mark, so you might get ahead of the game and get it done. Now, dry pendant sprinkler heads, those are actually 10 years that they have to be tested. And then if they pass, you can keep them for another 10 years. But if they fail, then you got to replace all of them. The same with all of them. If they fail, you got to replace them. One portion of it, the tag is something I don't really know if surveyors are going to cite or not. It's called harsh environments. It's 53112. And basically, any harsh corrosive environment can be knocked to where they have to be tested every 5 years. They haven't called kitchens and laundries out in the appendix. In fact, the only thing even remotely relevant to nursing homes, and it's only a portion, is battery bank systems. If you have a room with battery banks, then those sprinkler heads would be required to be tested every 5 years. Don't know that anybody actually has that. Now for the Band-Aid part, the normal stuff, the inspection from the floor annually of the sprinkler heads, painted, loaded, damaged, improper orientation had to be replaced. But if you look in the appendix, it actually says that you can clean those with a vacuum cleaner or compressed air. You can't touch them, but you can clean them with those means. Now you still have to have your spare head box that's 2 of each type, and if you have 300 sprinkler heads in your building, you have to have 6. If you have 300 to 1,000, then you have to have 12. If you have over 1,000 sprinkler heads in your building, you have to have a cabinet of 24 sprinkler heads, 2 of each type, of course. Now, one thing that's new, and it's not in 25 that couldn't be cited on this tag, is out of NFPA 13, 6.2.9.7. Says there has to be a list posted in the cabinet. I don't know if they're going to cite that this way or not because it's not in 25, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some of those tags. Basically, it says a list of every head in the building, description, and the quantity. Of course, the regular stuff, gauges have to be replaced every 5 years. You have to have an annual backflow preventer inspection. You have to have an internal inspection or piping every 5 years. Your sprinkler cabinet can't exceed 100 degrees. The normal stuff that everybody's been tagged on. But I really feel like the as-builts and the testing are going to be really harped on in the next couple of years, and you may want to get on taking care of those things. Again, they've been around forever. It's just they haven't been cited because either they couldn't cite it because it didn't come out in the code yet, or it was in the 98 edition and they just gave up because they knew you couldn't find them. Again, thanks for watching. Share it with your friends. Maybe we can educate the whole world, keep them from getting a tag. So, have a great day. Thank you.